Hey, you all. Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the West. More specifically, we are in Rapid City, South Dakota, and even more specifically than that, we are here at Storybook Island. This is one of the classic fairy tale style amusement parks that popped up mid-century. This sort of park, fairy tale parks, Santa Claus parks, kind of popped up all across the country at one point and have slowly faded away. There is some remaining, some dotting the country, and I've kind of made it a side quest to track down all the remaining Storybook parks that exist in this country. In fact, if you know of any Storybook parks that are still around, please leave a comment in the comment section letting me know if there's any I have not visited yet. But this particular one here was opened in 1959 by the Rapid City Rotary Club, who still operates it to this day and leaves it open for the public. It is actually free admission to enter Storybook Island. So please follow me. We enter here through this castle gate. The Rapid City Rotary Clubs welcome you to Storybook Island. We enter over here. Looks like a ticket booth, but it is free admission. Yeah, the first time I came to South Dakota, I came over here to visit the Storybook Park, and this gate was locked, and I was so sad. It's a troll bridge over here. Head up above the troll bridge. Hopefully there's no trolls on this troll bridge. And oh yeah, look at that, the nasty troll right there, coming to collect his troll toll. Fortunately, it looks like this billy goat is taking care of that troll for us. Get him, billy goat. This fountain here, you can see there's a little turtle there, and I think that's Nemo. It's a monument to the man who created Storybook Park in 1959. This is Mr. Merle Gunderson. Before we head into this gate, you can see Humpty Dumpty sitting on that wall. He's reading a book. Hopefully he will not fall down, otherwise, all the king's horses and all the king's men would have to make an attempt to put his body back together. And as we pass into the park, look, oh man, look who's here to greet us. I thought I'd never see you again. Mr. Brer Rabbit there, greeting us, waving to the park. Guess he's retired from Splash Mountain and has come out here to Rapid City, South Dakota for his retirement. And while the park is free, they do take donations. They recommend $1 a person, which is still insanely cheap. I think I will actually throw in a few bonus dollars here. I'll leave him a good tip. See the rampart there, and over here we have it's like Robin Hood getting ready to shoot an arrow into that tower. Now it does look like they have a fair amount of Disney characters here. We see the 101 Dalmatians. I take that back. There's only 6 Dalmatians, but it is of the greater 101 Dalmatian family. But they do have a big large dish here, a big food dish. I think that might be enough to feed 101 Dalmatians. And speaking of Dalmatians, there is a fire truck over here with a Dalmatian on the side. Why is it? Can anyone answer this question? Leave a comment in the comment section. Why is it that that Dalmatians have become the official friend of firemen? Why have they picked that dog? They have abilities in manipulating fire, in fire rescue. What is it that makes Dalmatians so qualified? We have this big purple ape here. Is this Grape Ape? I believe the character's name is. I'm having vague memories of a grape ape. I'm guessing by his purple skin. You can see him holding 2 swings there. Here is Geppetto's wood shop here. Let's take a peek inside. Oh yeah, you can see Geppetto there creating himself a sun out of wood. There's Jiminy Cricket back there. and Figaro the cat. Oh, you see the blue fairy there? She will, of course, turn Pinocchio into a real boy. And up here at the top of Geppetto's wood shop, we have a slide. See if we can get up here. Oh, it's getting a little narrow here. Yeah, I don't know if I can fit. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can fit on this particular slide. All right, let's give it a crack. Oh, you can feel the static electricity electrocuting me on the way down. Oh, look at this. Here comes the train. The train doesn't actually run on a track. It's a train with tires there. And there it goes. It says this ship is under construction, so I'm guessing maybe they're going to build a dock where you can go out on to the pirate ship. Although watch out, there is Tick-Tock, the crocodile, slurking up behind the pirate ship. He likes to eat pirates. So we can take this bridge here onto this island in the center of Storybook Island. Oh, there's a sprinkler to keep the island nice and green. I remember these sprinklers from when I was a kid. One of my favorite things to do was to run through a sprinkler. Remember, you'd beg your parents to let the sprinkler run so you could just run around it, try to avoid the water. But over here we have that pirate ship, and it looks like the captain is on the island here. Oh no! Look at that. The captain's got Tinkerbell on his shoulder. Looks like she's switched sides. She's gone to the side of the pirate. Giant pumpkin over here. I guess this is where Peter Pumpkin Eater keeps his wife. Yeah, just a relaxing pumpkin hangout area in here. Oh wait, who's in this shed right here? Oh, look at that. It is the man himself, Mr. Santa Claus. Uh-oh. Looks like his deer's getting cold out there. You better let your deer inside. Got the 3 pigs over here building their houses of various integrities. Of course, the first pig builds his house of straw, which is a terrible building material. Second pig builds his house of sticks, which is supposedly a little bit better. But actually, looking at these 2 houses, I think I would take my chances in the straw house, that stick house. It looks like it's the big bad wolf could just reach in and grab you. But then the smartest of the pigs builds his house of brick here. The brick pig house. And looking around the corner there. Oh yeah, there he is. There he is, the final boss of fairy tale villains. The big bad wolf trying to get down the chimney there. Notice this mysterious cavern back here in the corner of the park. I don't know, is this like maybe more trolls or... Who lives in a mysterious hole? Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, it's the whole crew is here. In that tree over there, we got Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. There is a jar of honey. Well, someone looks like they've made some berry stew in the honey pot for some reason. And Christopher Robin there reattaching Eeyore's tail there. Eeyore is, kind of the goth kid of the Winnie the Pooh gang. And the supporting characters here, Owl. You got Tigger. There's Rabbit, and then Kanga and Roo. And over here in front of the ice cream shop, we have Root Bear. He is the mascot of the A&W fast food chain. And there is Miss Raggedy Ann, the inspiration for the Annabelle movies. And a little Raggedy Ann house in here. Okay, so you can come in, you can sit down and Enjoy the murals in here. I'm looking at this mural here because I feel like I remember, I have a vague recollection of these characters. Seeing a movie with these characters. This yellow guy eating junk. I know I've seen him before. Maybe this lumpy blue camel too. Yeah, give me some help. Leave some comments in the comment section if you remember any of these characters. Oh, look at this here. I don't remember what fairy tale this is from. This is okay, it's a whirlybird over Mount Rushmore. So I guess this is supposed to be one of the helicopter tours that you take aboard Mount Rushmore. Oh, here comes that. Here comes the train again. Sings a little song as it goes by. See some more local items like this teepee here, as well as a buffalo. This might be the best thing here, this orange dragon. Just look at his face. He's pretty amazing there. Oh, definitely love the orange dragon. Here's Snow White's house where she's hanging out with between 6 and 8 dwarves. Let's see, are they all here? We got Grumpy, Doc, Sleepy. I think this guy's happy. He looks happy. Is this... Oh, Sneezy here because he's smelling a flower. It's going to make him sneeze. There is Sleepy. Wait a minute. Didn't we already have a Sleepy? Oh, this is Sneezy. That's Happy. And who's this guy? Which dwarf am I missing? That's Sleepy. Dopey. So Dopey, Sleepy, Happy, Bashful, Sneezy, Doc, Grumpy, and Snow White. Here is the Cat in the Hat's house. See him in here reading his book. Some of the other Dr. Seuss characters. There's Horton, Thing 1, Thing 2. This is the guy that Sam I Am wants to eat green eggs and ham. What is his name? What is the main character? I'm just thinking, does he even have a name? If you know the name of the guy in Sam I Am who doesn't like green eggs and ham, leave a comment in the comment section. There's another princess here. We have Cinderella with her carriage. Well, they got to be back by midnight or it will definitely turn into a pumpkin. It says stay off the horses there. I guess we got to stay off the horses. No riding the horses. But I think we can climb in the carriage. Maybe we're supposed to stay off the carriage too. It was getting a little wobbly when I got in there. And over here by this bridge, got some adorable baby ducks. Hey, Mama Duck. There's some very cute baby ducks you have there. And it looks like we got Noah's Ark over here. Oh no, we might have trouble getting to Noah's Ark because it's flooding. Because it's flooding. Yeah, you know, kind of fits with the theming. There's a little flooding here at Noah's Ark. So step over the flood so we can get to Noah's Ark, where all the animals poking their heads out. The tiger, the zebra, the lion, the elephant there in the back. And you got a big rudder here. And we can actually move. You actually move the rudder, change the route of the ark. There's a seal. It's like a very happy little tiny hippo. And watch out for this vicious camel. Looks like they have a carousel here inside of the carousel house, of course. Let's take a peek. The carousel. Oh boy. Here's little Miss Muffet. She is apparently sitting on a tuffet, eating curds and whey. I remember this was a nursery rhyme where none of the words made any sense as a kid. Like, what's a tuffet? What are curds and whey? I think curds and whey is like cottage cheese. Still unclear on what a tuffet is, but there is the spider that sat down beside her. And also there's like a giant spider jungle gym over here. See a towering Yogi Bear there with his little friend Boo Boo. Uh-oh. Looks like their picnic basket is almost entirely empty. Here we go. A yellow brick road that can only mean one thing. We are here at the Emerald City with the friends of Dorothy. Got Dorothy there. Don't forget about Toto. The Cowardly Lion here. We've got the Tin Woodsman and the Scarecrow, of course. But you guys, watch out, because right above you is that Wicked Witch. Oh my goodness. Now, I thought this was Mary Had a Little Lamb, but this is actually Bo Peep, who has lost her sheep. But actually, there's a sheep right there behind her if she would turn around. The train here pulling back into the station. And over here at the train station, we have a pressed penny machine. Of course, 2024, the year of the pressed penny, here on the Carpetbagger channel. We've got some wonderful Storybook Island pennies here. Got the fire truck, the whale, the logo there, and Cinderella's carriage. All right, 2 quarters. 1 penny, penny, quarter, and turn the crank. All right, got some great Storybook Island pennies to add to the collection. Looks like I got, somehow I managed to get 2 whales on accident. Over here across the river from the train station, got a leprechaun there at the end of the rainbow. There's his pot of gold. So he's got a pot of melted pennies there. We got Beanstalk here. Looks like Jack's getting ready to cut it down. Yeah, look at that. Look at the face on that giant up there. Over here we have Jack and Jill. I guess they fell down this hill here, and looks like it could be serious. It almost looks like he may have broken his crown. I think I may have broken my crown. We have Old MacDonald's farm here. Looks like he's looking over his sheep. Uh-oh, maybe these were the sheep that Bo Peep lost. This mural here says where magic happens, although I do not remember seeing Iron Man or Spider-Man here. Maybe I just missed them. There's Mr. McGregor's garden. We got Peter Rabbit there. Didn't Mr. McGregor turn Peter's father into a pie? Kind of a graphic end. I think these are the forest creatures from Bambi. Of course, the main villain of Bambi is Man. Watch out for Man, Bambi. He'll be the end of you. Some various creatures here on this play pad. Well, I noticed there's a little angel just hanging out here. There's the 3 men in a tub. The butcher, he's got a cleaver. The baker, because he's got a rolling pin, and I guess that makes him the candlestick maker, just by process of elimination. He's the only one here that's not actively doing his profession. Yeah, these little animals on springs always have a special place in my heart. Get the The seahorse over here. And I guess this is Super Snail. You can read the somewhat lengthy backstory of Super Snail right there. Super Snail. Oh, watch out across the pond. I can see that troll over there is still up to bad things. And I love these old fiberglass drinking fountains here. Now, when I was a kid, they had the lion at my local park, but that hippo is pretty cool as well. But yeah, let's get a drink. All right, just stick your head there in the lion's mouth. Whoa! Oh, careful. Careful. All right, now I've got myself all wet. Let's take a sip. Let's take a sip of hippo, or a sip of hip, as the kids today say. Refreshing. You know, they say water's more refreshing when it's spewed out of an animal's mouth. And I really, really love this old school whale here. Looks like you can actually climb inside the whale. And I spotted over there, there's an actual turtle there on the back of the whale. Let's enter the belly of the whale here. I guess you can peek out his eyes here into the surrounding pond. Yeah, I feel like the whale was a constant fixture of the fairy tale park. It seems like they all had a big whale that could eat you. Now it is time to exit through the enchanted gift shop. You can see they do have some t-shirts here. Storybook Island t-shirts where magic happens. And some tumblers. Oh, what's this up here? This is I think a dolphin wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Oh, there's also a shark version there as well, with dead eyes, black, like a doll's eyes. So it is great to see a classic 1950s Storybook Park preserved and still open to the public. But there is another park I wanted to check out while we were here in Rapid City. Of course, the Storybook Park, a staple on the American roadside, but another staple on the American roadside is the Dinosaur Park. And Rapid City, South Dakota has one of those as well. And this is one of the oldest dinosaur parks in the country. This actually started in the 1930s. See here out in front of the visitor center, we have one of the smaller dinosaurs. Looks like possibly a Dimetrodon. Now these were made by a man named Emmett Sullivan, who may be familiar with some of his other work. He actually made the giant Jesus in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and did the defunct dinosaur world from that same area. But yeah, they created these dinosaurs after consulting with 1930s paleontologists. So the dinosaur design is a little outdated, but it has its own charm to it. This is kind of interpretation of what we believe dinosaurs to look like in the 1930s. There is a Protoceratops here. So this is a primitive type of horned dinosaur found only in Mongolia, but a similar kind lived in North America. See the Protoceratops there guarding its little eggs. See, they sell a signature hot dog here for $2.49. I guess still more expensive than the Costco hot dog. And this is Sammy's Van-tastic. There's a little van there. A dinosaur on top. The van does have a face. Interesting. Let's take a peek here inside the visitor center. Now we are pretty close to Mount Rushmore, so I guess Mount Rushmore steals some of the billing from the dinosaurs. Yeah, you get the Rushmore souvenirs here, the little model Rushmore, the Rushmore snow globe. But this is pretty fun. You got a Sasquatch riding a dinosaur here. Variety of dinosaur toys for sale here. Look at this pterodactyl. Caw-caw, caw-caw. I do kind of like this jackalope shirt here. And we do have a pressed penny machine here. You can get your choice of dinosaur. There's a sauropod, maybe a T-Rex-like dinosaur, a Stegosaurus, or you can get Mount Rushmore if you can't wait to get there and use their pressed penny machines. But yeah, let's go penny, quarter. We got a full set of the Rapid City Dinosaur Park dinos there. But the rest of the dinosaur park is actually across the street, up on top of that hill. Yeah, you can see the big sauropod up there on top. And it actually looks like this has all been remodeled very recently. There's always been like a steep staircase up to the top, but they've actually, looks like they've added kind of an accessible ramp around to the top. I think all this railing and rock work is pretty new too. You can see the dinosaur feet and fossils embedded in the wall there. And I guess we will take the stairs. Yeah, quite a few stairs. You can see the duckbill dinosaur here, and yeah, they have done a lot of work to refurbish this area. See, almost like this like playground type like rubber flooring they put in. Like, it used to just be like standing in gravel. Yeah, one amazing thing about the park here is just the view. You can see the dinosaur overlooking Rapid City there. You can see the visitor center there across the way, and the sprawling metropolis of Rapid City. This is pretty neat. As we are walking up the stairs here, you can see the handrails has different dinosaur footprints and fossils along the side. It's a really cool little detail. Oh yeah, you can see here the work is not even finished. They're still actively finishing up all this new rock work and landscaping. So pretty cool. Yeah, this is a very, very fresh refurbishment here. Here you can see the Stegosaurus. Notice all these dinosaurs are painted green. I think they've always been green. You go to a lot of the dinosaur parks now, they're all painted different bright colors, because we know now that, you know, dinosaurs really could have been any color. But I think back in the 1930s, it was firmly believed that they were very, very lizard-like, so the green seemed only natural. You can see up here ahead, the most classic of all dino showdowns, the T-Rex versus the Triceratops. You've been to a natural history museum, you've been to a dinosaur park, you know that the one thing a T-Rex lives for is eating Triceratops. You see him squaring off there in that classic one-sided battle. But man, has there ever been a less vicious looking T-Rex ever made? See, he's got those classic short T-Rex arms, but actually no hands, just little tiny stumps, as if he needed to lose anything else. And look, he's just got like a big gummy smile. Like, he doesn't even have like sharp teeth. There's interesting posture there with his legs. Of course, we know that the T-Rex walks much differently back then, but yeah, if you have seen a less scary T-Rex, leave a comment in the comment section. I don't even know if the Triceratops is scary. Yeah, he's not. Like, look at him. He's got like kind of a half smile. He's almost like chuckling to himself on how silly the T-Rex looks. Oh boy. Yeah, you can see they're exposed here a little bit. The paint's been rubbed off. These dinosaurs are made of concrete. Normally, in most parks, ow, that is so hot. Modern days usually make them out of fiberglass, but these are incredibly heavy and hefty concrete dinosaurs. Yeah, but this park is just in a absolute stunning location. See them squaring off in their semi-murderous battle, and just see the sprawling city of Rapid City. See the other side of the hill down there, and then up here at the very tippy top of the hill, you have that sauropod, that brontosaurus, apatosaurus, whatever you want to call it. And this is very similar to the one we saw at Wall Drug yesterday, because actually Emmett Sullivan, the artist, made the one at Wall Drug as well. And they got the very top here blocked off for the construction. But yeah, we can get a good look of that big sauropod from here. I love seeing TLC put into a classic attraction, and efforts made to make sure that this treasure lasts for a long, long time. So here in Rapid City, we have seen fairy tale characters, we have seen dinosaurs. Now, let's go hunt for some presidents. And we have landed here in downtown Rapid City. Of course, Rapid City is known as the gateway to Mount Rushmore. We're only about 25 miles from the monument. One of those famous presidential statues of all time. But that's not the only presidential statues they have here in the Rapid City area, because here in downtown Rapid City, they have made statues of all the US presidents standing on various street corners. You can see behind me Mr. Chester A. Arthur. Some wonderful mutton chops there. Yeah, out here in front of the Firestone, Mr. Chester A. Arthur. Looks like maybe he's being sworn in as president. Got his hand there on the Bible. Yeah, here across the street from Chester A. Arthur, we've got Calvin Coolidge, known as the quiet president. Didn't like to say a lot of stuff, didn't like to jabber on about nothing, but here he does have a saddle, so may not like to talk, but maybe likes to hit up the rodeo every once in a while. So it looks like the presidents aren't organized in like a chronological order. It seems like maybe they're kind of scattered about. Maybe there are some clusters from the same area, but we're just going to kind of wander around downtown Rapid City and see if we can find all the presidents. Here we have the first George Bush. Like I said, does not seem to be in any particular order here. But yeah, George Herbert Walker Bush got his hand rested on the globe, as he would do a lot of things that would affect the globe in various ways. And interjecting into the presidential theme here, we have a statue of a Native American here. So the statue is erected to remind us all that we are all one race of humans on this planet. And here is the Rapid City Visitor Center here. See the dinosaur there in the window, similar to the dinosaurs that we just saw on top of the hill. Oh, and in the window here, there are little miniature versions of the presidential statues that are strewn about Rapid City. A lot of information here on the nearby attractions. Yeah, you can see Mount Rushmore, the Crazy Horse Monument. That's what it will look like when it is finished. It's not quite finished yet. And there's the dinosaurs that we just saw. Okay, we also got a map here that shows us the location of all the different presidents. They're numbered, but not numbered in order that they served as president. I think they may be ordered in the number that the statues were added or built. So we could definitely use this to find them all. Yeah, here in Rapid City, the presidents are like Pokemon. You gotta catch them all. Here's our fifth president, Mr. James Monroe, with his very stylish top hat. Now, I know a fair bit about more recent presidents, but I do have kind of a blind spot for the earlier president, so I don't really know what makes him particularly significant. Oh, here's a controversial one. Here is Lyndon Johnson. Very mean, gruff man. Maybe did some very good things. Also possibly made some massive mistakes. And look at this. Look at this. He's giving me the Johnson treatment. He also peed in water fountains. It's a true story. Here is Who's Hobby House. Looks like they got a variety of hobbies for sale here, such as kiting. Looks like they also sell train sets in there. And out here in front of the Press Start Barcade, we have William Taft, who was the first president to serve on the Supreme Court. And for some reason, Taft here, getting ready to pitch a baseball. I don't know what his association with baseball is, but yeah, it looks like he's eyeing up a big pitch. And who is Taft pitching that ball to across the way here? Oh no, it's Andrew Jackson. I guess, you know, Andrew Jackson, pretty awful what he did in his presidency. Let's just say that Crazy Horse there definitely would not be an Andrew Jackson fan. And here is Franklin Pierce, another very snazzy dressed president. I do like his cape. And the president that some consider to be the GOAT, Mr. Abraham Lincoln, having a seat here talking with his son Tad. Out front of Bickett Insurance, we have James Buchanan. Standing outside the Mount Rushmore Society building, we have Teddy Roosevelt, which is fitting as he was able to get his mug on Rushmore itself. Yeah, one of the most fascinating presidents, and just in the way he lived his life. I remember hearing about him in history class, just being blown away by the life that he led. And here in front of the Rushmore Suites, we have JFK, and this is one of the more unusual statues here. Now he's got his son with him. He's got John Kennedy Jr. with him, much like Abraham Lincoln had Tad Lincoln. But what is very interesting is you see he's handing an item to his son. He's handing an airplane, a toy airplane, to JFK Jr., which, I don't know if I'm reading this wrong, but seems to be a bit prophetic, as JFK Jr. would die in a plane crash. So I don't know if this, very, very interesting if that's what they are going for here. Martin Van Buren taking a load off here. Now again, I don't know a lot about this era of presidents, but man, they had some great mutton chops back then. That may be one of the greatest pairs of mutton chops to ever have existed. Have Andrew Johnson here, and this is another interesting statue. They do some interesting things with these sculptures. See, he's holding two halves of a map, one in each hand, and in this half he has the Union, or the northern states, and in the other hand he has the South. There you can see Florida right there. I guess yeah, he was handed a divided nation that he had to help put back together. Another dapper one here. This is John Quincy Adams. We have another Native American inspired statue here. There's a big splash pad here at Main Street Square. Also have John Adams hanging out here at the splash pad. And down here, tucked away, the only president that's not on a street corner, we have Richard Nixon, and they have him looking like he's some sort of supervillain, tenting his figures like that. I guess, you know, depending on how you look at it, maybe he is a supervillain. But other thing I picked up on the chair here, it's a Chinese ornamentation on the chair. He did do a lot of work in creating a relationship with China. In fact, Richard Nixon responsible for first bringing pandas to the United States. So when you think of Richard Nixon, think about how he brought pandas to the United States. Also, think about how he absolutely destroyed public's trust in politics. And just a quick note to city planners, city designers. If you don't want people skateboarding on your public architecture, don't build a literal skateboard ramp. Mr. Herbert Hoover here, out front of Que Pasa Mexican restaurant. You know, some like to blame Mr. Hoover here for the Great Depression. And speaking of the Great Depression, we got FDR here making an announcement to the people of America, announcing to all these different networks here. Of course, he got America out of the Great Depression, so yeah, definitely one of the most important presidents in our history. Now, interesting here, I was wondering if FDR would be in a wheelchair or not, or have him sitting down, because he did sit in a wheelchair in private life, but did not want anyone to know that he was in a wheelchair. So we have him standing here at the podium, but if you look down here, you can actually see, look closely, you can see his leg braces there sticking out of the bottom of his shoes. And that's what he would do. He would put leg braces under his pants. He would have people walk alongside of him to help him steady himself, to fool people into thinking he was not in a wheelchair. Very interesting, you know, the ramifications of that, and how different things are today than they were back then, where someone in a wheelchair would not be considered to be strong enough to be a president. And of course, hopefully, very few people feel that way nowadays. And here we have Ulysses S. Grant from the Civil War. And Mr. James K. Polk, Napoleon of the Stump. He's actually posing like Napoleon there. And Benjamin Harrison is content just to sit here on the bench and feed some birds. And a handful of birdseed there. In front of the print shop here, we got William McKinley chatting on the telephone. Apparently he was the first president to campaign by phone. And yes, I did have to look that up. I didn't just know that off the top of my head. And getting ready to cross the street here, we have Rutherford B. Hayes. Yeah, look at that. That is a determined man, determined to get to the opposite side of the street. We have Grover Cleveland. Do you prefer Grover the President or Grover the Muppet? Leave a comment in the comment section. And here we have Barack Obama holding hands with a little girl, possibly one of his daughters. There, this is the most recent statue. They do not have a Trump statue, and they do not have a Biden statue. In case anyone was wondering, I certainly didn't want to get accused of leaving anyone out. George W. Bush sticking his thumb out there, possibly trying to hitch a ride. See, he's holding his dog Barney there. Now, after he retired from being president, he did basically take up painting pictures of dogs, which, you know, in some ways I feel like that's all he ever wanted to do anyways. There we have Mr. Jimmy Carter, Pride of Georgia, giving a big smile and a nice wave in front of the bridal gallery. Oh, over here we have a Pappy sighting. Now, Pappy may not be one of our U.S. presidents, but he would have my vote. And in front of the presidential pawn shop, we have Bill Clinton there, talking on the microphone. Oh, and look at this! I just noticed the world's only pawn-museum. So apparently they have a pawn museum here inside the pawn shop. Sadly, it's closed. I would love to check out the pawn-museum at some point. And there is Gerald Ford hanging out with his dog, smoking a pipe, contemplating what it means to be the only unelected president. There's William Henry Harrison decked out in his lavish cape and military outfit. But guess what? I died in 30 days. Millard Fillmore there, definitely in the running for presidents that I know the least amount about. Old Woodrow Wilson there. You know, some people say that when he had his stroke, that his wife took over the duties of the president, making her the first unofficial woman president. Warren G. Harding here with his dog. Seems like a lot of the presidents are portrayed with their dogs. In fact, presidents tend to be dog lovers. Every single president, except for Donald Trump, has owned a dog at one point. This is Zachary Taylor. Looks like he is firing off his little foot cannon there. There is John Tyler shredding away on his violin, and man, I never realized how many presidents there were. Harry Truman, pretty iconic statue from a famous photo where he held up a paper declaring his own defeat when in fact he'd won. He'd become president, and he was really happy about it. He's like, in your face, Chicago Daily Tribune. Oh man, there are so many presidents. So many presidents, including this one, James Madison. What you writing there, Thomas Jefferson? Oh, it's the Declaration of Independence. Good work. One of your best. And there can be only one number one. Here we have George Washington standing proudly here in front of Starbucks coffee. And over here we have old Ronald Reagan dressed up in his finest cowboy gear. Here is Dwight D. Eisenhower in his full military garb as he stands over top the English Channel. And the final president in our presidential hunt is James Garfield. Do you like Garfield the president or Garfield the cat? Leave a comment in the comment section. So today in Rapid City, we met fairy tale characters, we met dinosaurs, and we met most of the US presidents, all but two. And I did want to point out, everything I've done today here in Rapid City was free. Everything had free admission. You didn't have to pay anything. There was suggested donations, of course, but for the most part, you can have a day here in Rapid City seeing all sorts of wonderful roadside attractions without spending more than $1 or $2. So I think I'm staying here tonight in Rapid City, but after that I'm gonna have to pick up my pace, headed out west. I do appreciate you guys coming along with me and watching these videos. I do hope you enjoy this journey across this great land of ours. If you do like this video, please subscribe. I travel around the country. I film roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun random stuff. If you would like to help support the channel, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more get you a postcard once a month from me to you. Also selling enamel pins in the Etsy shop, doing personalized messages on Cameo. And the information for all those things is in the description. And all those things help keep this train on the track, this boat in the water, and this dirigible in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.